Hey, so today I'm going to be taking you through how you can run simulated user studies configuring Marketrix on HubSpot now on their webpage and then be running simulated user studies, right? So I would add their URL over here and then I would say HubSpot landing page. I'm not going to add any username or password and I'm going to be creating the application and I will select HubSpot from here. I will go into knowledge base. So now it's running the background research on HubSpot. And that's where we run through all the documents and then the videos by analyzing all of them and then getting a context with regards of what the product is. Now it has done a background research on HubSpot and completely understood what HubSpot is. And based on that, now we could go ahead and generate personas, the kind of profiles that would be or could be using HubSpot. So now it's generating the personas. So now, as you can see, multiple personas have been generated. You can see pipeline driven account manager Alex, launch week Lauren, the system steward Serena, the queue clearing Casey, or the dashboard checking Dana. Now, when you dive into each of these personas, would be having a profile on its own, and then you could see what this particular profile is. So that now Alex's objective, what is the Alex's behavior is, right? What are the triggers of Alex, right? And then what is the personality of Alex, right? And then so all these things you could see in the persona profile, right? So it is these particular personas that you would be picking and using for you to run user studies. So now say I'm going to be picking the account manager Alex to ask particular questions. And now these are a couple of questions that I have. So I want to ask questions saying marketing, sales sub, service sub, operations sub, CMS sub, commerce sub, given your role, right? Out of these particular products that HubSpot has to offer, which one would you actually need? Or you could ask questions saying, try to buy HubSpot sales sub professional without talking to a sales rep. Where do you give up and what would have unblocked you? Or you could ask questions saying, sign up for HubSpot's free tier, use it for 10 simulated minutes as small business marketer. At what point do you realize that you will need to pay and how would you feel when you find it out? So these sorts of questions you could simulate on HubSpot and you could ask these questions. And once these personas are generated, you could see the audience coverage that you are actually running these particular simulated user studies on as well. So simulations is where actually you can see what are the simulations that has actually been run. So I'm going to straight away go to UX insights, right? And then go to user studies. And my objective here is to create my first study, right? So now I'm going to be creating the study and then I'm going to be selecting the account manager, Alex, who is pipeline driven. And then I'm going to be selecting that particular person over here. And I would be asking the question, out of these particular products that HubSpot has to offer, which one would Alex prefer, right? So then now when I hit next, then it would be generating the context of the simulation that should be run on HubSpot. Now these are the studies, right? So we either have the option to run this based on a past simulation that you have run, or else you could straight away initiate a new simulation as well, right? So then now I'm going to be selecting a new simulation since I have not run any past simulations. So it says start from HubSpot customer platform, straight away go to pricing page and then try to answer which hub do I really need, right? Or navigate through the individual hub product pages and then as a first time buyer, which one would you prefer? So these are a couple of simulations that has been generated. Now we would be running the study. And now when I hit run, the brief is already done. Now the simulation is starting, then the scoring is happened, and then you would be getting the results, right? And while all this is happening, you could watch the live replay as well. So I'm going to hit there. So you could see how HubSpot is actually loading up, right? And then how the agent is actually browsing through HubSpot and all these steps are being logged, right? And then you could see how each of these particular studies are being done by this persona that is selected. And is now trying to create an account and then go ahead and then understand which one they would be needing. And this simulation is actually on the bundles page and then creating a bundle and then understand which package would he be needing. So once the simulation is complete, you can see what the person has actually understood, and you can see the results, right? You can see what the notable quotes of the persona is, right? And what the reactions have been, right? Whether the person has been confused or hesitant or delightful or reassured, right? And what the justification course of each of these have been, and what Alex has like actually felt about each of these, right? So here, this is a case where I run only on a single persona. If we go to a simulation that where multiple personas have been involved, you could see a cumulative result as well, right? And individual reaction of each of these personas based on the simulations as well.